And now it is my pleasure to introduce our student body president, Adam Cave, who will introduce our graduation speaker.
Dr. Rahmi Mowjood graduated from Webb in 1990 and is now a member of the Alumni Council. He is currently a doctor located in Fontana, California. He was interested in theater at Webb, but what most influenced him was the honor code. Dr. Mowjood attended Claremont McKenna College and then Western University of Health Sciences. He is now a family practitioner in Fontana and lives locally with his wife and his 6-week-old daughter. He has 2 brothers. One is a producer for Brian Williams at NBC, and the other one is also a doctor. His mother lives in Upland, and Dr. Mowjood and she are very close. He has also branched out from California when he went to Sri Lanka to aid the tsunami victims. Dr. Mowjood, being from Sri Lanka, decided to go and help the tsunami victims, especially those in his mother's hometown. He said, "The littlest things we do in life can also mean a lot to people. I think when you have those types of experiences and they're amplified in an environment like Webb, where you really get an idea of how those things are important. It's very difficult to not have that be a part of what you do in life." The honor code at Webb drove Dr. Mowjood to go and help many people in Sri Lanka, and that is exactly what he's going to talk about. He will also speak to us, the graduates, about interpersonal relations and how that can be a strong connection to other people. In an interview, Dr. Mowjood said, "I've tried to come up with a lot of different topics to give some vision to the graduates about what to expect about their life after Webb. And then also at the same time, give an idea about how your years at Webb impact your life going forward, probably in more ways than you will realize. That's a daunting task because it can mean something different to every graduate. I know he can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, your commencement speaker for today, Dr. Rahmi Mowjood."
Good evening. Afternoon, evening? Yeah. Adam, thank you very much for that generous introduction. It's interesting, that interview I gave was done before my daughter was born. And everything that I thought I was going to talk about changes. I mean, when a baby is up at night and you're not sleeping as much, everything changes. Gentlemen, it was not too long ago that I occupied those same seats. And I never thought that 20 years later I would be the one addressing a Webb graduation. I am honored to share this day with the class of 2012, with your friends and your family, with the Webb faculty and staff, and the Board of Trustees. I would also like to extend my congratulations to Taylor Stockdale on completing your first year as head of schools. I look forward to many more successful years to come. There is no way I can prepare you for what you are about to face after today. Each of you will have different experiences and challenges. You will all taste some level of success, and you will all experience some level of failure. And I don't need to tell you this. You have proven how smart you are to all of us, and I won't insult you with a repetition of the facts of life. However, I would bet that right now you are probably not thinking about that. You are about to graduate and move on to the next chapter of your lives. Some of you may be waxing nostalgic about your time here at Webb and wondering how quickly time flies. Others might probably thinking about the parties you're going to attend tonight. Yeah? And some of you are reminiscing about the recent trip to the Grand Canyon and the camaraderie you shared with your classmates one last time. I'll tell you what I was thinking about when I was sitting there. I was praying I wouldn't trip on these stairs when I was getting my diploma. That's what I thought about. However, there may be a select number of you who are thinking about your future beyond today. How can I live my life to the fullest? What do I need to do to ensure that every moment I am blessed with from this point forward is treasured and not wasted? How do I ensure my future happiness for myself and those around me? I thought about this a lot. I mean, what can I proffer to you? Who am I to you? I'm an alum, but how does that resonate with you? Maybe not as much, and I came to this conclusion. So I want someone else to be your guide as you prepare to graduate. She is about 7 weeks old plus today, And I will tell you that no matter what I thought was important the day I graduated from Webb, she trumps it all. And after these few weeks, she has taught me more than I think I will ever be able to teach her in my lifetime. And this is what I want to gift to you today. Lessons from my daughter are how acting like a child will make you a happy adult. First off, first lesson my daughter taught me is play. My daughter doesn't do much. She's 7 weeks old. She lives an ideal existence in many respects. She has no responsibilities. She's not really accountable for anything. I mean, she eats, she sleeps, she poops, and she plays. I mean, all of us do some of these, some hopefully more regularly than others. And I can give some prescriptions to people that might need some help with that, so come and see me afterwards. But we push ourselves in life. We often forget to see what makes life special. My daughter, she sees it now. And I pray it never leaves her. Every day holds something new for her, and she seizes it. Every sound is different. Every interaction is unique, and every moment is special. I will dangle the same toy in front of her, and she will coo and stare at it as if it's the first time I ever showed it to her. She is experiencing life as it comes to her with a sense of play. Too much of our lives are centered around work. So remember to be a part of the game of life, not the work of life. Enjoy yourself and be a part of all that you can. And when I say play, it goes beyond the obvious sports connotations. Do things that make you smile in the here and now. Do not wait for your joy to evolve. Let it be an immediate experience that reminds you of your breath and your soul. Let your laughter remind you of a child's unbounded spirit as they experience life in its most immediate of moments. This is what play means. It connects you to a sense of contentment and happiness, and it removes you from the stress of life. When you have children someday, you will see it too. Remember to play. Secondly, listen. Babies cry. If I didn't know this before, I know it now. I have worked in nurseries, and I have heard them cry endlessly, and I have learned to tune them out. But when it's your baby, it's a totally different story. So my wife and I figured that she stops crying when we take her outside. And I thought to myself, well, why? What's so special? Well, she's listening. As I've held her against my chest, I realize she's listening to my breathing and my voice. She is taking in the birds and the faint breeze as it brushes against her body. And she will move slightly as a new sound approaches her. And then she will listen some more. Of course, this doesn't last forever. She's only 7 weeks, but it lasts long enough. Gentlemen, in your future years of college, graduate work, research, corporate work, entrepreneurship, and all the other fields you will undoubtedly succeed in, I want to remind you to stop periodically and reflect. Listen to what is going on around you. Have moments where your heart speaks and your mind rests. All of us here are on a journey, and our paths can often be hectic, frenetic, and confused. Sometimes we push through this chaos into what we hope will give us clarity, but this sometimes leads to even further complexities. Too often we forget to stop and put our goals in perspective. We do not listen to our instincts. We ignore the voice that tells us to relax. We shut the door to the person in our head who tells us that there are other opportunities which will come our way. And we ignore our heart when it tells us to think before we act. As we go through the actions of becoming successful, we often forget the art of being who we truly are. And in order to achieve that potential, we have to remember to listen. Stillness and reflection are as important as movement and drive. I once heard that music is not just an accumulation of sounds over a specific period of time, it is also an accumulation of silences interspersed between. Do not forget to listen to the stillness in the music of your lives. Thirdly, learn. My daughter is and will hopefully continue to be a sponge. Her persona and her individuality will be comprised of how she interacts and responds to the environment around her. Like all children, she is curious. And like all children, pretty much everything will end up in her mouth, and I hope she spits most of it out. Her growth and her development will be spurred on by her curiosity. This will hopefully make her a lifelong learner. When I finished all of my residency exams and my formal medical training, I remember thinking, wow, I'm done with school, like done. I thought I was done with learning, but I realized very early on that no, I was never done. I have a patient who is quite old, and he told me, Doc, I've pretty much done all the living I meant to do. I don't think I have much more to learn. And I responded to him thusly, Sir, I'm pretty sure you will learn that while I am a doctor, I may not know everything, so why don't you just pay attention to keep me on my toes? It is amazing what you will learn tomorrow. Today may mark the end of your high school education, but it is just another step in what will hopefully be a lifetime of learning. And I don't mean just in school or from books. I mean from people, from movements, from experiences, from failures and successes, from life. Remember that you are always learning. We are always learning, even when you think you are not. Even while you are dreaming, you are learning. You saw Inception, right? All right. Every day there is a chance to bring something new to your table. And the great thing is, sometimes you'll never know where it came from. So keep your mind open and never turn down an opportunity to better yourself, to broaden your mind, and to learn. Because believe it or not, who you are now may be different from who you will be in 20 years. You all have only just begun to grow, so don't ever put a cap on what you can learn. And finally, 4 lessons. My daughter, she's not that advanced. She can only give me 4 things, so I'm sorry. Finally, speak. My daughter has one way to communicate what she wants right now. She cries. And when she's tired of doing that, she'll cry some more. And for the fun of it, she'll cry during the day, and every once in a while, she'll cry at night. No, it's all the time, actually. This is how she tells us about what she wants. If she wants to eat, if she wants to sleep, she will cry to make sure we know that's what it is. It is very clear to us when she cries that there's something on her mind. She is very straightforward, and there is usually no real confusion. A gentleman from the class of 2012. You are an exceptional class, and you come from good stock. And when I say that, I mean you come from a long line of Webb graduates who crossed this lawn before you and who have stitched the virtues of this school into the daily fabric of their lives: honor, integrity, and accountability. With this comes the promise that you will live your lives to the fullest, to be leaders. And this is where this point is important, because this position is often lonely. It can be disheartening at times, and it can be difficult, because to be a leader, you must speak with intention and clarity of thought. Speak for others when no one else will. Speak up when others may not dare to. Speak out for those whose voices are silenced. Be clear about what you want and what is important by speaking with thought, reflection, and equanimity. It is only then that people will know who you truly are, what you truly stand for, and where your success will take you. It is only then that you will earn the mantle of leadership. That is what it truly means to understand the school's motto: mens sano in corpore sano, leaders, not just men. So these are the lessons from my daughter. Like my wife and I nurtured her through the past 9 months, making sure that every step and action was geared to her successful entrance to this world, so too have your teachers, your families, and your friends invested in you, cultivating your emotional growth, fostering and refining your educational growth, and humanizing your spiritual growth over your years here at Webb, so that on this day, you are ready to enter this world. Today is your birthday. I ask you to remember this, as all of us here are your family today. We are all proud parents, anticipating the greatness you will achieve. We have all invested in you, and you have already paid great dividends to us with your successes as a class. Remember that for every Ken Rosenfeld, John Ball, and Dave Fawcett, there was a Thompson Webb, a Ray Alf, and a Lawrence Macmillan. Your success is because of their efforts. Your class will now join my class of 1990, and the class of 1989, 1979, 1949, and beyond. Your success will now be our successes as well. And your class will share in the successes of future classes, in the class of 2013, 2023, and hopefully in the class of my daughter, 2030. Hopefully. Taylor, we have to get the financial aid worked out. My daughter's name is Iman. In our Islamic tradition, Iman means faith. To have Iman means you have faith. It seems appropriate because whatever religion we may follow here today, it is certain that all of us here have faith in you gentlemen. Like I pray for my daughter, I pray for you now. May you have the faith to play, learn, listen, and speak as you grow into your lives. May you be the light for all of us here today, and may you be exceptional in all that you do. And on your journey from this day forward, may you find happiness for yourself and those around you. In closing, I would like to leave you with the final words spoken to the schoolboys by the founder of the very first Webb school in Bell Buckle, Tennessee, Sonny Webb, the father of our school's founder, Thompson Webb. Lead a large life. A large life is no mere piffle, but one that makes the world better because you have lived. When you come to the end, you will find that the only things that are worthwhile are character and the help you've given to other people. He spoke that to his boys on his deathbed in Tennessee. Remember this, gentlemen, as you make your mark on the world. May all of your encounters in life be rewarding, and remember to always live like a child. God bless you all, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Rahmi. That was wonderful talk. And in appreciation from the Webb School of California and the class of 2012, I'd like to offer you a small token of our appreciation.